Hi students, welcome to the Social Science History class. Today we are going to learn about Unit 2, Emergence of New Kingdoms in North India. Before going to the lesson, we have to know about period of Rajput. So in our Indian history, three classification of period is there. So categorized into three. So first one Asian period, next medieval period, that is common era 700 to 1700, then modern period. So this medieval period is again classified into two categories. First early medieval period, that is common era 700 to 1200, then later medieval period, that is common era 1200 to 1700. So that early medieval period is called period of Rajput dynasty, that is common era 647 to 1200. Totally there were 36 Rajput rulers who ruled from North India. Okay, how many were there? 36 Rajput rulers. Okay, among them we will going to see these three main Rajput rulers only. First one Pratikaras, then Palas, final one Chauhans. In the Palas we are going to see two. So first one Dharmabala and second Mahipala. Let's see introduction. There are plenty of stories that speak of the valor and chivalry of Rajputs. Actually, there were plenty of stories to know about Rajputs. Okay, they have valor and chivalry. Valor means they are very strong, brave men, especially in the battle. They don't have any fearness. They have a lot of confidence level. Don't have any fear to battle any emperor. Okay, so and also they are very polite. The chivalry means polite, kindness, and they don't have any selfishness. So they are very great emperors. Okay. Then Rajput states formed a collective entity. Actually, the Rajput states are formed a collective entity. The group of states, it's called Rajputna. Next, Chittor was prominent. Prominent means important. Prominent. Chittor was important and become the rallying point of falling for all Rajput clans. All Rajput clans. Then that Chittor was compared to Malwa and Gujarat, that was very small. Then Rana of Chittor got battle with Malwa and he got victory. In that victory commemoration, they built Jayastamba. In this pictures have, right? Jayastamba. This is the monument for their victory. Okay, they built it in Chittor. Next, the Pratikaras and the Palas had established their powerful kingdoms in Western India and in Eastern India respectively. So, the Pratikaras and Palas had established their powers to Western India and Eastern India. By the 9th century, the Pratikaras dynasty had progressed to such an extent that is called itself the sovereigns of Rajasthan and Kannauj. The Pratikara dynasty is the superior kingdom of Rajasthan and Kannauj. Okay, they call their superior kingdom of Rajasthan and Kannauj. The decline of Pratikara kingdom led to the rise of Palas in Bengal and Chauhans in northwestern India. So that decline of Pratikara kingdom, rise of Palas in Bengal, Chauhans in northwestern India. India's Islamic period might have been in the immediate constant of Arabic's conquest of South, AD common era 712 rather than in AD common era 1200. Okay, the Islamic period maybe the started started. The reason is immediate conquest of Arabs by the conquest of Sindh. Okay. Next we are going to see origin of Rajputs. The word Rajput is derived from the Sanskrit word Rajputra. The word Rajput is derived from the Sanskrit word that is Rajputra, which means scion of the royal blood. Scion is the meaning of generations, okay. Varisu in Tamil, okay, of the royal blood. Scion of the royal blood. That is the meaning of Rajputra. After the death of Harsha, actually he is a previous kingdom, before previous kingdom of Rajput, okay. After the death of Harsha in AD Common Era 647, various Rajput clans established kingdoms in different parts of Northern and Central America. After the death of Harsha, Rajput clans means large family, is established various parts of northern and central India. The Rajputs trace their pedigree for back into the past. Pedigree is the meaning of the recorded ancestry. Okay, actually it means of whose father, whose grandfather, who is great grandfather. It goes on, right? That's a pedigree exact meaning, the recorded ancestry, okay. There three principal houses are the Suryavanshi are the race of sun, the Chandravanshi are the race of the moon, and the Agnikula are the race of fire god. In the words we can remember it easily. Suryavamsa, Surya, the sun, right? The rise of the sun. The Chandra is moon, the rise of the moon, and the Agni is a fire, we know, right? The rise of fire god. These are the three principal houses in Rajputs. Among those who claimed descent for solar and lunar lines, Chandelas of Bundelkhand were prominent. Among those who climbed under the Suryavamsa and Chandravamsa, okay, their Chandelas of Bundelkhand were important. Tomaras were ruling the Haryana region. Who were ruling the Haryana region? Tomaras, okay, but they were overthrown by the Chauhans in the 12th century. In the 12th century, Chauhans overthrown Tomaras, okay. 36 royal Rajput clans were listed by the Oriental scholar James Todd in AD Common Era 1829. Oriental scholar James Todd had listed 36 royal Rajput clans were there. Among them, 4 claimed a special status. Among all, 4 special status there. They are first Pratikaras, then Chauhans, Chalukyas, also known as Cholankis, okay. Chalukyas also known as Cholankis. Next, final, fourth one is Paramaras of powers. Then what are the 4 special status? First Pratikaras, Chauhans, Chalukyas, Paramas of powers, okay. All the 4 clans were of the Agnikula origin. So they were from the Agnikula origins. See this map picture, students. Here you can see the North Indian kingdoms. Tomaras, Delhi is a capital city, and Chauhans, Pratikaras, Chandelas, Palas, Cholankis, and Paramas. These are the North Indian kingdoms. In the down we can see the Cholas kingdom. Okay students, that's all for the today's class. Thank you.